Hi everyone, welcome back to my next video. As you can see, it's obviously going to be a product review unboxing. Every so often manufacturers write me and say, hey Bob, would you like to test this? And I almost always say no, because once they send me something for free, they think they own me, and they'll be writing me letters for the rest of my life. And it's just such a hassle that I almost always say no. But in this case, a friend of mine really needed a new generator, and so I said yes. Okay, let's talk about the idea of a portable power station. These things are remarkably convenient. Everything is in one small package. This one has 500 watt hours, and 500 divided by 12 is roughly 40 amps. So this is a 40 amp lithium battery inside of it, and that's pretty good. And it's $429. Now, you can do better by buying the individual parts, but I'm more than aware that most of you you're just intimidated by solar, and so it's this or nothing. If for you it's this or nothing, this appears to be so far a pretty good choice. But still, I just want to encourage you that if at all possible, you can save a lot of money and buy better components if you build your own, and you get flexibility, growth in the future. Here's the problem with one of these that I see as a real problem, is that if one part fails, then the whole thing's shot. Let's take a look at it. We'll do a quick unboxing here with it. And it's pretty well boxed, good boxing. And here is the standard paperwork. 2-year warranty, that's good. A lot of them aren't that good. Double check that. And then next is the parts and pieces, like a C-to-C charging cable, and this one is to charge it off your vehicle. So while you're driving down the road, you can charge this off your vehicle and charge it. And one of the most important things, and that I love that they've given you, is an MC4 connector. So you can put any solar panel that has MC4s connect to this. One of the biggest drawbacks I see to this is that it's limited at 120 watts of solar. That is not much solar. A big plus is that it can be up to 40 volts. So you could have a high voltage panel. And then of course it also does a 110. So it has a brick. This charges into the device, and you can charge it off of AC. So if you're plugged in somewhere, you're in an RV park, a friend's house, you can charge this thing off of 110. The big reveal, drum roll please. And the device. They're always hard to get out of there. And it's very small. It is a very handy small size. I like that. So if you're in a car, an SUV, minivan, this is really handy size. And so this is so small and reasonably light that you can really carry that around, no problem. It'll fit in your van, move around in your van. It's nice. I like it. I like everything about it. The important thing here is the inputs. So everything uses this plug, and this is the input. You just plug that in. So this is how you would charge it from 110. Just plug that in. This is how you'll charge it from your solar panel. Now this is a really standard plug. Chances are that your solar panel could come with one that will work directly. You don't even need the MC4, but an MC4 just makes it really universal. So this would come off the MC4 on your solar panel, and just plug right in, and that's how you're going to charge it. Works. That's a very, very good thing. I always want to see an MC4 connector. Well, here's the 12 volt. So the same thing, you would just take this up front and plug this in here while you're driving down the road, and plug this into your dash cigarette lighter socket. So you charge it while you're driving. This is all standard stuff, but it's good. They do it well. They give you everything you need. The outlets are quite good. It has a 300 watt inverter, which, you know, a lot of people think, well, that's just too small. The other ones are all bigger. But 300 watts, you're rarely going to use something more than 300 watts. That's enough. It's pure sine, so it will run anything. Then you have your standard USBs. That's good. a PD45, that's a power delivery. So if you have a Mac, and it's only 45 watts, more and more devices are taking more than 45 watts. But if you have a laptop that will be charged by C, a USB-C like this on 45 watts, then you can just plug this in and plug this into your Mac or whatever it is, and you're charging directly fast off of USB-C, and that's a very good thing. And up here you have connections to go out with their particular socket, and a 12 volt, so you can just go ahead and use your standard 12 volt cigarette lighter plugs. And there's a lot of things that use these, and this is really handy. 2 would be better. It would really be a lot better if you had 2 of these. And then your control panel that came on, it looks like 50%, and it's giving you a measure of the input on each device, each input output. But everything I've seen here is standard and normal and good. Now, I watched a video by Will Prowse, and if you aren't subscribed to Will Prowse's channel, you probably should be. He's really an expert on solar. And he had one of these and he tested one, and the one they sent to him, he tested the voltage coming out of the cigarette lighter plug and it wasn't right. So let's do that. Hopefully his was just defective, not a bad system. But we'll test mine, this one as well, and see if the voltage works correctly on it. And mine is putting out 13.6 volts, which is fantastic. That's good. So mine is working just fine. So why would you buy this one over a Jackery? Let's say Jackery is the big brand name because they're really competitive priced, and also the Goal Zero. Well, I can tell you this about the Jackery. The Jackery is only rated at 500 cycles, and that's not good. 500 cycles is not enough on a lithium battery. That means they're not using a good quality lithium chemistry. They're all lithiums, but the chemistry varies. The very best chemistry is LiFePO4, which is lithium iron phosphate, LiFePO4. That's the one you want your device to use. I could not find on any of their literature exactly what they're using. But LiFePO4 is almost always rated at 2,000 cycles or more. I mean, I've seen them rated up to 3,000. This is only rated at 1,000, and that tells me it's not using LiFePO4. But whatever it is using is pretty good because 1,000 cycles is adequate. Now, what is a cycle? Let me make sure you understand that. When you get this battery and you get it all charged up, it's 100%, and then you plug it in, and it's a cloudy day, and there's no sun coming in, no power coming in, you're not driving, and it goes down to 20%. It should only go down to 20%. That's one full cycle. That's one cycle from 100% to 20%. And so you can do that with this battery 1,000 times. Now I'm going to turn this over to a friend, and my friend will use it, and I'll get back to you. So now we are back to finalize this initial review of the BLUETTI, and this is my friend Michael. Michael, welcome.
Thank you, Bob.
And Michael, you're new on the road. You're in your car.
Mm-hmm.
And so you needed power, and you didn't have any.
Right. So this was a godsend here. I did find a place in town, they'll let you borrow their AC outlets, but what a hassle, this has been a blessing here.
Right, and so you've had the BLUETTI for about 3 weeks, and a Rockpals 100 solar panel that you've been using.
Right.
And is it giving you enough power?
Oh, absolutely. I'm able to power up my phone, which needs constant recharges. And I power up my power banks, my batteries, get those full. And those are very portable, so you could use either the BLUETTI and carry that around, or charge up some battery packs, power banks, and very easy to keep things going.
And is that basically all you're using is your phone?
Yeah, a phone, a shower pump, a portable shower in my shower tent, so that's rechargeable, lithium battery. And then I have these power banks, and that's it. So really light usage, but if you didn't have this and the solar panels, you'd be scurrying looking for an AC outlet somewhere when you drive into town.
So really, you're using very light usage, and it's been
Right.
meeting all your needs.
Right, absolutely, absolutely. And it does have a light on the back, so if I wanted to carry it into my tent, I'm in a tent in a car right now, in a shower tent. So it's been great. I charge up my shower pump, get that full. I charge up my phone every day.
Good, really, really good. And we've had some pretty bad weather since you've been here. A
Right,
lot of cloudy days.
right.
And has it gotten you through the cloudy days?
Oh yeah, because you could, one day of the week you can just charge it right up to full. It has 5 indicators showing the percentage of charge, and yeah, you could charge it up in 7, 8 hours with strong sunlight.
Right, and it's February, so there really isn't strong sunlight, not comparison to what's coming in June,
Okay.
July, and August.
Mm-hmm.
Then you would probably be full at midday because you're not really taking all that much out.
Right.
So mainly this is going to be compared to the Jackery. The Jackery is really the leader in the brand, in the field of power stations, and for good reasons. They make a good product. But let's do some comparisons of the two. Uh, so this is the BLUETTI, and they are coming on strong, and they're doing a really good job. But let's do some comparisons. The BLUETTI, they're both 500 watt hours. The Jackery is 518 watt hours. This is 518 watt hours. Essentially the same size battery. They have basically essentially the same plugs, so that's kind of an equal wash. BLUETTI rates this at 1,000 cycles, and Jackery only rates its battery at 500 cycles. Although the warranty is the same. They're both warranties are at 24 months. But this is rated at double the cycles. Now, to my mind, that is a critical factor. This is rating at 1,000. They're only rating at 500. To me, that would be a deciding factor right there. So those are the major differences, but what about the price? That's a really important consideration for a lot of us. Again, the Jackery is only rated at 500, but its price is $499 at full retail. You can find discounts on it. This is $429, $70 less at full retail. And this moment in time is February 23rd, 2021. There's a $70 off coupon or 60, depending on which one you're looking at. So that makes it a really, really good price. And to my mind, it has some better features. Some of the minor details are really better on the BLUETTI as well. So for comparison, this is a charging plate. In other words, if you have a phone or device that will charge wirelessly, all you have to do is set it down here and it will charge it wirelessly. And you've been using that?
Yep,
Oh, it is?
occasionally, yep. And you have
Just
to
came
have the
on.
DC on, and then it starts charging, yeah.
To my mind, that is a really good thing. I think the form factor is a little better because it's flat and like this, and then it charges wirelessly. Big plus to my thinking. And then to carry it, this goes up and you carry it and it goes away. I like that a lot. To me, that's a big advantage.
I've been charging my laptop using the AC outputs.
Right, and it's probably 90 watts or less,
Yep,
and it
so
does it no problem.
does a great job.
So really, all in all, I'm impressed. And at this point, the only reason you should buy the Jackery over this one is the 500 watt inverter. If you have an item that just has to have 500 watt inverter, then you have no choice. Otherwise, I would buy the BLUETTI. So that's an initial review, and as you know, we've only been using it 3 weeks. That's not really long enough to know, is this durable and reliable. That takes months and sometimes years. So we'll come back and we'll give you a 6-month review, a year review, maybe a 2-year review, and for as long as it lasts, and if it finally does break, we'll let you know that it broke. Okay, I hope you got something out of this video, and thank you, Michael, for testing it for us and
Thank
giving
you,
your
Bob.
feedback. I really appreciate it. If you got anything
Yeah.
out of this video, like us on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up button, and we'll talk to you later.